there were several decades where we were kind of adversarial in a lot of our thought processes.
What do you mean?
Well, we haven't made an album since 2005.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason for that.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't toured very much. There's reasons for that. And I don't like getting into the internal politics of the band because I don't feel like, just like I'll talk about the positives with my wife. The negatives are no one's business,
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same with my band. But with a lot of conversations, I would say that I had to change my philosophy on how I got people to agree to do things, because I am straightforward in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
I realize that just because I think something is the right thing to do, that doesn't automatically make it so that somebody else has to think that way.
Yeah.
So I changed my philosophy. And when I did that, I started to get yeses a lot more from my band members.
So what did you do differently?
Well, I stopped asking them to do things, for one thing. But if it was important, I would explain why I thought it was important, and I would ask them why they thought it wasn't.
Hmm.
So getting their opinion more, caring about their opinion more, actually caring about it.
Mm-hmm.
For us to tour in South America,
Mm-hmm.
I started planning that tour 3 years ago.
No.
Yeah. So right now, I'm planning 2028. So 2026, 27 have already been planned. Now, when I say I'm planning it, there's a strategy that the band has agreed to,
Mm-hmm.
and they have entrusted me with spearheading it. So which makes me feel really good because I love doing it. And it's like I can envision the tours and all these different things, and they're allowing me to do what I'm good at, right? Aside from playing drums for the band. So with the European tour, Darren, whose fiance has family in Sweden, was like, hey, we haven't played Sweden in a long time. It'd be nice if we could play there because my fiance's family is there. And I was like, okay, let's look into it, right? It wasn't a part of the plan, and we changed things around and made it so that would happen.
So then how exactly are you doing that? Are you talking to different promoters or how do you even go about planning a tour?
Promoter's a big part of it. Of course, my manager and I, we speak 2 or 3 times a day, every single day, strategizing, right?
Who is your manager? Is it Benno?
Bino, yeah.
Bino.
Yeah,
Okay.
Velvet Hammer
Yeah.
Management.
Okay.
So, because System is playing these larger venues, there are very few of the larger venues. And you have to understand that there's usually some kind of sports team playing those venues. Then there's pop acts playing those venues. There's rap acts. There's other very big rock bands. So I try to get 2 years ahead on the planning stages, on a minimum, just so we can get the venues that we want. Again, we're only touring for a short period of time, So if we're going to do 10 shows, 9 shows, it's really got to be coordinated in almost a military campaign. So when it was important for Darren to play that show, the band was like, of course, right? And that's the thing. Going back to saying yes. Okay, yes, but how?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And same thing happened in South America. Originally, it just wasn't going to be cost effective to play Argentina.
Mm.
Their economy is really bad, and we had some issues with the promoter, and it wasn't going to happen. And then I was like, it's really important to me that we play Argentina. First of all, we have a lot of fans there. We haven't been there in a decade or more. So we're like, okay, let's just say yes and figure it out. And we did,
Mm.
And that's the thing, is when you're working towards making everybody in the band happy in these small ways, then that they feel better because they're heard,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that leads to more positive time. We had more dinners on this South American tour as a band on that 3-week run than we have in the last 30 years of being a band.
Wow. That
To the point where I was planning the first couple because I wanted the camaraderie.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were like, hey, when are we going to get to, they were saying, let's go. What are you guys doing tonight? We played a show. Let's go eat real quick, together. And we still had time apart too, because it gets irritating if you're around each other too much. But it was just very different. And we've changed. Maybe we've grown up and realized like the things we were getting upset about just aren't that important.
Yeah.
Or maybe we've figured out like this is our band and we're successful together, and let's cultivate that as opposed to trying to destroy it. Or I don't care if I ever do anything successfully outside of system. As long as I can be successful in system, I'm very satisfied. And maybe the other guys are kind of coming around to that too.
So the last time that we talked about system together on air, you basically said if the band would just listen to me, they would do this, this, and that. So right now, what's that version of it this year? That now, if you could have things your way, what would happen exactly?
Everything that's happening is because I'm being given the trust from the band to do what's best for the band in the field that I do in it, right? So I try to give respect to everybody in the band to do what they do well. For example, you're never going to come see a system show where I've written the set list.
Mm-hmm.
Darren writes the set list.
Okay.
So he knows what keys the songs are in, what goes, and he'll sit there and research. I think it takes him like 2 or 3 months to put together a set list.
No way.
Yeah, because he'll sit there, he'll go over all the set lists that we've ever done to try to make them a little different. So I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to put all the hits on it and some songs that I want to play selfishly. So but he's thinking of like, okay, what have the audiences heard? What have they heard the last time we were in these particular regions? What are they going to want to hear? What are the fans kind of, and also things change, right? A song like Forest, which was like a B-side for me, has become a very popular song among the fans. AEIOU is a massive, massive song now. It's a song that I didn't care was on the album or not. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm not the best judge of what songs to put on. Shavo's also very good at that, And, between the four of us, we're all very good at different things. I happen to be very good at this part of it. And I've got the trust of the band to do it. So like a lot of the business is not done completely by me because I value their opinions on everything, and I ask questions. Like, what do you think of this? Where would you want to play? Where don't you want to play? Just making them a part of the process and then when we're out there, we have a really good relationship with a new promoter called 30E that I think we're going to be doing a lot more business with. And of course, a long time relationship with Live Nation. And I feel like they also know how to keep us happy on the road. Still, they're pushing more shows. And I'm like, look, we're not doing 2 in a row unless we have to do it. It's hard on the band, right? And I want everybody to enjoy some time off. You can't consider, there's things we have to look into now that we didn't care about before. For example, a travel day is kind of a stressful day. So we don't look at that as a rest day anymore. We need a travel day and a rest day, then the show day. And then that has to repeat, And then sometimes you have 2 days off, so maybe we can do an excursion with the band, or I can do a signing or something like that, or whatever,
Yeah.
You can go sightseeing maybe. And it enables the band to have a little more pleasure on the road. But I also know the sweet spot is around 9 or 10 shows. If you do 12, it's too many. If you do less, we make no money. So like 9 to 10 is exactly where I want to be.
Yeah. And then it just keeps the morale in a place where like you don't have to be stressed out, and it makes the whole thing just pleasant.
Better to go home wanting, I wish we'd done 1 or 2 more shows.
Yeah.
Rather than, I wish we'd done 1 or 2 less.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And I would say that the last show on the South American tour was our most explosive because we knew we didn't have any more, so we could give it all,
Was that Brazil, the last one?
It was, Sao Paulo.
Yeah. My God. I've seriously never seen anything like it. The energy was insane.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts.
That was pretty cool.